Today, I'll be talking about 5G as enabling technology for building smart port or harbour cities. Today, I'll be introducing 5G first. 5G stands for 5th generation. It is the next and newest wireless standard technology. It is the upgraded version of the existing 4G technology. From what I know, 5G plays a much larger role than 4G. It can elevate mobile network to interconnect and control machines, objects, and devices. So now you will be thinking what we can do with 5G. From what we know, the ultra-fast wireless home broadband makes people to have instant and more reliable internet, having smooth mobile gaming with low latency, and also can experience the virtual reality world. 5G provides a tactile internet by reducing latency to as small as possible, which is just a single millisecond. It will allow robots to receive instructions in real time. High-res audio are everywhere. High-res audio is a range of sound from recordings. The massive bandwidth of 5G will be very popular in normalizing high quality of audio. Lastly, 5G can provide better navigation, assistance, object recognition, and real-time facial recognition on smartphones. Now, let's move on to the characteristics of 5G. It is the new wireless technology to support dense deployment of high-speed services. It can do network slicing, which allows network operator to provide dedicated virtual networks. Besides, it can slice physical network into multiple virtual networks that can support different radio access networks, services, and frequencies. By slicing network, it prevents overlapping and interference in a network. There are two types of frequency band in 5G, which is sub-6 GHz and millimeter waves. Sub-6 GHz is for frequency waves lower than 6 GHz, and it utilizes lower frequency waves. Millimeter waves are waves in between 24 GHz and 100 GHz. So whenever you have higher frequency waves, which means you have a higher speed of internet. After you know so much about 5G, you would have think that not many countries have implemented on 5G network services, and wouldn't it be expensive? Next, I would like to talk about the benefits and challenges of 5G. I will move on to the benefits first. First of all, 5G has better coverage area and high data rate at the edge of the cell. It provides 100% coverage, 1000 times bandwidth per unit area, and most importantly, up to 100 of connected devices compared with 4G. It has almost 100% of multiple data transfer rate availability, which makes data transfer to be successful all of the times. 5G can have around 1 GB per second data rate. It has only 1 millisecond of latency and up to 10 gigabytes per second of data rate, which is 100 times of improvement compared to 4G networks. Many of you would think that 5G services is so good that it would consume a lot of battery on existing devices. Well, I have to tell you that it's wrong. It has low battery consumption and can last up to 10 years of battery life for low power IoT services. Lastly, the energy efficiency and spectral efficiency are good, which has around 90% reduction in network energy usage. These are many the points for the benefits of 5G. Next, let's move on to the challenges of 5G. 5G requires a very high cost implementation fee. First of all, we are lack of infrastructure for 5G. It costs a lot of money for service provider to implement. Next, we need to eliminate older devices, as most old devices that will go out of use as their system and features will not support the latest features of the 5G technology. There is a Besides, it uses a huge data volume. Modern media trend has a huge demand for video content compared to conventional text form. Multimedia gaming, augmented reality, and virtual reality applications needs high-speed network for better user experience. On top of that, security of 5G is not very secured yet. 5G has yet to address the issue of stingray attacks and other forms of attacks or viruses. Lastly, the technical operability are much more complex than 4G. The design of hardware for millimeter waves are much more complex than low frequency range. Complex transmission protocol for D2D communication and ultra low latency and high reliability certain real life situation. Now I'm going to talk about Smart pod concept focuses on operations, environment and energy consumption as its main area. It is a new way of thinking that recognizes the necessity and advantages of intellectual development of pods. It is a pod that uses automation and innovative technologies which includes artificial intelligence, big data, Internet of Things, and blockchain. Blockchain links transactions together in a globally distributed ledger which can be accessed from anywhere, example Bitcoin. Smart port logistics consists of intelligent logistics solution that improves the containers management system, traffic flows in highways, and also parking slot capabilities. For container management, using wireless sensors which is fixed on the container enables data collection about containers before load or unload cargo and move them to the designated places. It also allows to track containers of dangerous goods and facilitates the access control by customs. Intelligent ship management is one of the functions of smart ports. IoT and automatic identification system AIS data can help the port to communicate, understand, and better managing information. The AIS for ships was developed as a system to make ship traffic safer by avoiding accidents such as human errors, vessel accidents, and technological difficulties such as impaired radar sight. The AIS can also monitor the estimated arrival time of each ship, position of the vessel, and voyage details. Next function would be traffic flows. IoT also enables to exchange information in real time between goods carriers and parking slot coordinators. Couriers can use intelligent devices, maybe a smartphone, to connect to the port system to get information concerning vessel delay arrival or departure, which improves the response time and reduce the waiting time in the parking. By using IoT technology for parking, monitoring and management, it also reduces congestion and facilitates visitors' parking spaces. How can 5G be implemented in smart ports? 5G networks and IoT solutions are optimizing logistic loading or unloading operations. It minimizes idle times for ships and transit time for goods, in result, cutting down on emissions. These changes will empower harbour ports to drive innovations and sustainability actions with 5G. 5G can be implemented to support artificial intelligence (AI), which may contribute in providing a safer work environment while strengthening productivity and efficiency. It also helps to achieve a goal focused on creating decent work and economic growth. The AI operation handles going on in the port area and provides input on the sequence of logistics tasks and activities based on real-time correlated information. Here are some of the benefits of smart ports to the country. It increases revenue for the country as the port's efficiency allows a smoother traffic flow of cargo. It gives a safer environment, working environment for staffs. Also remains economically competitive with other countries. Industries get a safe and cheap means of exporting finished goods and importing raw materials. So, smart harbour ports that has already implemented of 5G. So here are three ports that has already implemented 5G. First of all is Port of Hamburg, Germany. Secondly, Port of Singapore and Port of Qingdao, China. Port of Hamburg is one of the port that has implemented 5G. The project focused on applying the network slicing concept on new technologies. In 5G, there's no such thing as one size fits all. Instead, multiple virtual networks run simultaneously on the same infrastructure. These networks, known as slices, have different characteristics tailored to meet specific requirements of a particular application. There are three use cases with different network requirements were tested in the port. Sensors were installed on three ships from the HPA subsidiary Flot Hamburg. The sensors enable real-time monitoring and analysis of motion and also can record environmental data from large areas of the park. The Port Management Center of HPA remotely controls traffic flows in the port via traffic light that is connected through a mobile network. This improves the traffic flow of lorries in the port. Next, with the help of AI and 5G, 3D information can be transmitted to an augmented reality application. The AR application helps maintenance teams to visualize problems and gain insights, such as building data or receive interactive supports from experts. Now, let's move on to Port of Singapore. The 5G Tech Call is focused on early trials of 5G-enabled innovative smart port use cases, including tele-remote controlled equipment and automated guided vehicles. PSA will provide a live testing ground for 5G technology before implementing a smart port. The collaboration leverages M1's ultra-low latency 4.5G network connectivity to establish reliable ship-to-shore communication links to support IoT maritime applications. Next, Port of Qingdao. The company anticipated a reduction of up to 70% labor costs with 5G automation. They have also achieved an automated ship-to-shore crane lift of a container over a 5G connection operated from the control center. 5G was used to monitor data traffic from more than 30 high-definition cameras as well as control data for a programmable logic controller. These operations required millisecond level latency control signals and stable remote and real-time control. Those requirements can only be delivered using 5G technologies. There are few things that I have learned about 5G in computer networking. First of all is 5G network slicing. It is a technique of separating multiple virtual network partitions that operate on the same physical hardware. Each network partition is operated based on the quality of service requirements of each tenant. Network slicing provides better use of resources and greater operational flexibility. 5G will enable the extension of an even broader scope of activity because it provides boosts of speed, stability, and capacity. Network slicing is extremely useful for applications like the IoT where number of users is extremely high, but overall bandwidth demand is low. The cost, resource management, and flexibility of network configurations can all be optimized. Network slicing enables expedited trials for potential new 5G services and quicker time to market. Next will be 5G radio access network. Radio access network enables the flexibility and creates new opportunities for competition, provides open interfaces and open source development. Network disaggregation allows components of the network to be virtualized, provide a mean to scale and improve user experience as capacity grows. The benefits of radio access networks are more cost-effective from a hardware and software viewpoint, especially for IoT applications where number of devices is in millions. So, I have talked about introducing 5G, smart harbour ports, and also smart harbour ports that has already implemented 5G network. I hope you all can understand the importance of 5G and how technology has been improving so far in other countries. Thank you.